Hello YouTube, good morning. Sp4zie coming at you. Back from my vacay, about to start the new day by going to my hairdresser. Here we are. Hallå! Hej! Det var länge sedan. Hur är läget, Juliette? Är det bra? Ja, kindigt hunden. Like that guy, please. Thank you. Here's my hairdresser. Wait to the vlog. We were just discussing we have the same hair still. If I did this, we would have the same hairdo today. And I'm getting white hairs apparently, but you gotta just live with that. So I was thinking, I kind of like where it's at. Because, or maybe it's the weather, because it's like so rainy outside, so it's kind of like compact.
Yes. So you like the length?
I do like the length.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna get cutting. Okay, it's coming along nicely.
Of course it is.
What I like about this place is that you get some refreshments, you get a nice haircut, and there's an olive tree with, wait, move your arms, with natural growing human hairs in it. Beautiful. Now for my favorite part, the spaceship. Perfect. Last little touch. Perfect. There it is. Nice.
Perfection.
Hit me. Thanks. And this I'm gonna bring for later. Hey Ron. Another job well done by my hairdresser. And let's not waste any time. Let's just head straight to the office where I haven't been for a couple of weeks. Well, look at these. Oh, back in it, buddy. Hey. Right where I left it. We took about 2 weeks off. First week we spent with my family out in the Stockholm archipelago, and the second week we went to Bornholm, a Danish island located on the south part or outside the south coast of Sweden. It's part of Denmark. For helvete, yeah, push it. And I did record a little something to show you guys what I got up to there. So we got there by train from Stockholm to Ystad, and then a short boat ride about an hour and a half from Ystad to Bornholm. And the first thing that struck us straight away were the funny street names. Nämen, Snorrebacken. Ah, Årsballe. And the second thing that struck us was how pretty everything was. We arrived at our house that we rented through one of those websites, and it was in the middle of the farming fields. So like we got the local farmers just doing their thing while we were just living there, and there were like small little bunnies hopping around just outside the windows. It was very cute. And the small villages around the island were also just so pretty, like small colorful little houses, and then you always had the water in view wherever you went. And there were like, you know, cats that you could pet if you weren't allergic as fuck. And small ferrets that looked like cats, but they were ferrets or something. And just the scenery in general was gorgeous. We spent a good amount of time just walking around, taking it in, how pretty everything was. And speaking of pretty places, one of the days we visited Opalsjön, which was this beautiful lake with steep cliffs around it in the northwest part of the island. Here you could take a nice walk around the lake. We brought our own lunch and we just sat there and took in the scenery while people went for a swim in the lake, which also was a bit warmer temperature-wise than the sea, which was nice. Really nice water as well. It was beautiful.
Good.
It's good. Oh yes, please. Please give me some fika. I think the little guy's gonna jump.
Is that a cow?
Was that a cow? That was the dad. And now the son is coming after. Here he goes. Jesus.
Oi.
No fear on that guy.
They love it.
The Opalsjön.
That is definitely a cow.
It's a cow.
Oh my god. Where the fuck is it?
Yeah, it could be like either in there or up there, and then it's just bouncing. The sound is just bouncing.
I want to see the cows.
Sorry, did I steal your coffee?
No. And we also have, what is this, Jonas?
It's a poppy seed bun.
Made by?
Me! Lemon and poppy seed. We also went to the famous Deode beach. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I was on the south part of the island where the sand was like probably the best quality I've experienced so close to Sweden. And the water was super clean and clear and very cold, mind you. But all over the island, you could also go for a swim from the cliffs. And it was just so pretty everywhere. We spent some good time there, you know, watching the sunset, looking at jellyfish. Yeah. And yo, food. Let's talk about food. Who doesn't love Danish food? We had some good pølse, obviously. Some very nice smørrebrød, which is very important. I also had a specialty on Bornholm called Son over Guyam. Pronunciation. Guyam is a village on the island. I don't have footage of it, but it was kind of like a smørrebrød. It was a smoked herring on rye bread with chives and egg yolk. It was very delicious. I loved it. Smoked fish in general was the theme of the island. There were smoke houses in almost every little village. And yeah, if you like smoked fish and seafood, like me, you'll be very happy here. And here is a Dane making candy.
Det selvfølgelig rasende varmt det her, så det tager lige lidt, ikke? Det tager lidt tid lige på fylden.
Nutty. Oh, and one of the best meals that I had was probably the fläskesteg sandwich. Yeah, it's literally a fläsk burger. A pork sandwich with crackling and fried onions. It was very naughty, very delicious. And then when the weather wasn't that great, we did other things. What are we doing?
We're reenacting. We're making the TikTok.
From Pride and Prejudice. That's gonna be me from there, because it's foggy.
You have to go into the fog, so just keep on going.
If I get bitten by a snake,
I'll pay for the medical bill. Okay.
Ja, du tittar redan, men kroppen vänder du långsamt. Precis. Så töntigt. Det är jättebra. We also went ahead and visited one of the mandatory sites of the island, the Hammershus Castle ruins, a fortification from the 11th century that was basically the stronghold for evil people. Between when it was built to like the 15th century, it changed ownership a couple of times. Like sometimes it belonged to the church, and sometimes to evil merchants, and sometimes to tyrannical monarchs, I guess. But all the while, it was used as a tax collection center, you know, extorting the civilians on their monies. It was a prison, a torture chamber, a place where executions and hangings happened. Yeah, very, very happy history. But the ruins today were really cool to see. Like up on this hillside, looking out over the ocean. We were there on like a foggy, windy day, which kind of added some to the experience. I can imagine it's very beautiful when you get a clear day, but still, like, very cool place. Very nice to visit. And yeah, that was our vacation on Bornholm.
Whoa, nice one. And I got the berries.
Berries? I'm gonna have a berry.
Take the big one. Right?
Very good. Overall rating? Strong 8 out of 10. Would vacay again. Pølse. We're probably gonna have to go back at some point. It's super close to Sweden. We can go there by train and then a boat, and then you're just there. And it was super nice to have some time off, but the time off is over. And oh man, does it suck to be back at work and streaming again. Look at that, live with the chat and the rest of the lovely people. I'm about to dive in, literally, because I decided to come back to a game that you guys have been asking a lot for me to play. It's called Dave the Diver, and obviously it's all fun, it's a meme. Yeah, his name is Dave, but it's supposedly also like a really good game. So I'm looking forward to diving into that. See you guys back after my stream. And that's that. First live stream in a bit. Dave the Diver was a lot of fun. I'll probably play more of it. Before we end the vlog, as always, a question of the day. This one comes from Scalesmon. Hi Spoos, kind of have an odd question for you. What's the difference between the name Jonas and Jonas? Love you, I'm from Alaska, no hate. No flame, please. I don't think there's a difference here in Sweden. It's just how we pronounce it. We spell it with one O, or we pronounce it with the long O, so Jonas. But like internationally, it would be like Jonas, I guess. When I introduce myself IRL, I just kind of say Jonas if I'm talking English, because it flows a little more naturally, I feel. But if someone would say Jonas, I definitely wouldn't ignore them, because it's also my name. If you have a question you'd like me to answer, drop it in the comments, tag it QOTD, and I might get to it in the next vlog. Speaking of the next vlog, I'll see you in it. Click here to subscribe. Click here to watch the previous one, where I show you my amazing new and ultra good streaming PC. Go click it. It's a good watch, and drop a like if you enjoyed it. And I love you.